The first scream didn't come from a man. It came from steel tearing into flesh where no flesh was supposed to be. At dawn, the American infantry reached the edge of the hedgerow and froze. Before them stretched a nightmare of twisted iron, barbed wire layered upon barbed wire, reinforced with steel posts and mined earth. It glistened with dew, sharp as teeth. And behind it, hidden in the fog, waited German machine guns already zeroed in. They had artillery. They had engineers. They had orders. What they didn't have was a way through. Private Thomas Hale watched a Bangalore torpedo roll uselessly against the wire before detonating in a burst of smoke and failure. The wire barely shifted. Men cursed. Officers shouted. Bullets began snapping overhead. This wasn't supposed to happen. Barbed wire was supposed to be an obstacle, not a wall. But in Normandy 1944, it had become a graveyard. Behind the stalled line, near a cluster of supply trucks, a grease-stained mechanic named Eli Turner saw the problem differently. He wasn't watching the men. He was watching the wire. The way it flexed. The way it tangled. The way explosions pushed it down, only for it to spring back up. Eli had fixed engines since he was 14. Machines spoke to him. And right now, the wire was telling him something important. It didn't need force. It needed teeth. Eli Turner wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't infantry. He wasn't an engineer. He was a rear-echelon mechanic, drafted, trained, and assigned to keep jeeps running and trucks alive. He wore no medals, no command stripes, just oil under his fingernails and a quiet reputation for fixing what everyone else had written off. That night, after the failed assault, Eli sat beside a disabled jeep, sketching in the dirt with a stick. Circles, teeth, rotation. He remembered the sawmill back home in Ohio. The way a spinning blade didn't push wood, it devoured it. Barbed wire wasn't armor. It was just metal pretending to be strong. By morning, Eli had an idea dangerous enough to get him court-martialed. He went to his commanding officer. "I can cut it," Eli said. The officer stared. "Cut what?" "The wire. Mount something on a jeep. Spin it fast enough. Drive straight through." Silence. Then laughter. Then anger. "Get back to your motor pool," the officer snapped. This war isn't won by backyard mechanics. But Eli didn't stop. That night, he stole scrap steel, a damaged drive shaft, and a circular saw blade meant for clearing lumber at temporary airstrips. He worked by blackout lantern, grinding, welding, bleeding. By dawn, the jeep had teeth. The contraption looked insane. A reinforced steel frame jutted from the jeep's front bumper, holding a rotating circular blade nearly 4 feet wide. Chains linked it to the engine's power takeoff. When the motor revved, the blade screamed. Men gathered. Some laughed. Some stared. Some crossed themselves. Eli climbed into the driver's seat. His hands shook, not with fear, but with certainty. He gunned the engine. The blade spun. And when the jeep rolled into the wire, something unbelievable happened. The wire didn't resist. It disintegrated. Steel strands snapped and flew apart like straw. Posts were severed. The jeep pushed forward, carving a clean path through what had stopped battalions. Silence followed. Then shouting. Then orders. By nightfall, the command wanted answers. Engineers swarmed the jeep. Officers argued. Someone finally said the words Eli had been waiting for. "Can you build more?" Eli nodded. But war doesn't reward brilliance gently. By dawn, German artillery found the motor pool. And the Buzzsaw jeep became a target. They deployed the Buzzsaw at first light. Eli drove. He hadn't planned to, but no one else trusted the machine yet. As the jeep roared forward, bullets sparked off steel. The blade screamed. Wire vanished. Infantry surged behind him, shouting, alive, advancing. For the first time in weeks, the line moved. Halfway through the breach, a shell landed close. The jeep lifted, slammed down, stalled. The blade slowed. Eli felt panic claw his throat. Then instinct took over. He restarted the engine under fire. The blade spun again. The breach held. If you're gripping this moment with me, heart pounding in the smoke and noise, make sure to hit subscribe, because what came next changed everything, and the war didn't slow down for anyone. When Eli returned, the jeep was riddled with holes. But the wire was gone. Orders came fast. Build 3 more. Then 6. Then 12. Engineers refined it. Command renamed it officially, Obstacle Clearance Vehicle, Experimental. The troops kept their own name. The Buzzsaw. German defenses began to fail in places they had trusted completely. Wire no longer meant safety. Fortifications fell faster. Casualties dropped. But success breeds attention, and attention breeds resistance. German snipers began targeting the buzzsaws first. Eli watched one burn, then another. Each loss felt personal. This wasn't just a machine anymore. It was his answer to helplessness during the push towards St. Lo. Eli rode shotgun instead of driving. A shell hit the blade assembly midspin. The explosion threw steel in every direction. Eli woke up in a field hospital, ears ringing, legs shattered. The war moved on without him. By the time he could walk again, newer methods had replaced the buzzsaw: tank-mounted cutters, explosives, air superiority. Eli was sent home quietly. No medal, no ceremony, just a letter stamped, "Thank you for your service." Decades later, a restored Jeep sits in a military museum. Children stare at the blade. Most don't know the story, but veterans stop. They nod. They remember the wire that didn't stop them anymore. And somewhere in Ohio, an old mechanic smiles, not because he was remembered, but because for one terrible stretch of war, he made something that let men go home alive.